Hi guys! Today I'm going to be doing my October wrap-up. In October I again read oodles of books, so we're going to just get going. First books that I read were the Archer Brothers series by Karen Winnemeyer. So first book is Short Straw Bride, and this one I gave 2 stars. I enjoyed the story, enjoyed the characters, but this was a marriage of convenience story. Basically the main character marries a guy because her reputation's going to be ruined, and basically her uncle blackmails him into marrying her. Sort of. He wants to, but with marriage of convenience, of course, comes problems usually. And those problems were way too discussed. So 2 stars, unfortunately. But book 2, Stealing the Preacher, got 5 stars. Oh my goodness, I love this book. Mainly because the main male character was a preacher, and he was a good preacher. And as y'all know, based on my recent video, those don't happen very often. And so I was extremely happy that happened. So yeah, it just got 5 stars basically because I am sick of the opposite trope. And he was like an incredible preacher. I really loved him. So yeah, that one got 5 stars. That one is about, it's actually also a really fun premise. Book 2 is about the brother of the guy from book 1, and he is a preacher, and this outlaw, there's an outlaw whose daughter tells him that what she wants for her birthday is a preacher. And he takes that literally, and he kidnaps the guy, and it's great. And then he's not kidnapped the whole book, just there's not anything weird like that, but yeah, it was so fun. I really enjoyed this book. Again, mostly because the preacher was so wonderful. Then I read A Cowboy Unmatched, which is a novella sequel. See. This one is about the 4th brother. The 3rd brother gets married. That he falls in love during the course of the 1st book. About a 4th brother goes, and he's helping this widow with her farm, and her ex-father-in-law, or her husband, is dead. His father is a really awful person, and anyway, this one was really rushed because it was a novella, but I did enjoy it. That one got 4 stars from me. I then read The Heart's Choice by Tracy Peterson. Let's see. Gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. There was a bit of overly preachy feminism, which we all know I don't like, but it wasn't as egregious as it could have been, so that was good. Rooted for the relationship, loved the characters, yeah, it was. Then I read Saving Mrs. Roosevelt by Candace Sue Patterson. This was pretty good. Again, kind of had some of the feminism vibes, but it was still fun. Basically, this is about a girl who joins the Coast Guard during World War II. It's part of the Heroines of World War II series. So this girl joins the Coast Guard for like this new all-women division, and she is told that in her hometown there is actually a group of people that they think are plotting to kill Eleanor Roosevelt, and she is sent home to help uncover that plot. And so it was really fun. Just as a note, she is sent home due to the rumors of her having had an inappropriate relationship with a guy, but she didn't. That's not true. But obviously tongues wag due to that. But it is, even like the comments about that I thought were handled pretty tastefully. But yeah, enjoyed it. 4 stars. It was nice. I don't remember how early I guessed the twist in that one. Okay, then I read A Deep Divide, Secrets of the Canyon, Book 1 by Kimberly Woodhouse. This one is about, let's see. It's about a girl who works at a hotel that's at the edge of the Grand Canyon, caters to the rich and wealthy, and she came from a wealthy family, but she left and ran away from home when her father was, before her father was killed. Yeah. She ran away from home because her dad was going to make her marry somebody she didn't want to marry. And so she's hiding, because right after she ran away from home, her father was killed, and she's afraid that they're going to come after her too. So she's hiding, and then a guy comes, and he they get to know each other and, stuff. And I read A Study in Scarlet by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and I really enjoyed this. I think I gave it 4 stars. Oh no, I gave it 5 stars. Sherlock is a delightful character, and of course Dr. Watson's wonderful, and I had kind of heard part of it, I knew a little bit of the stuff about it, but I didn't fully know the ending. And so that was just really fun to watch Sherlock work it out. I'm definitely going to be reading more Sherlock Holmes in the future. Then I listened to Shepherds for Sale by Megan Basham, and this was incredibly good. Most of these are audiobooks. Again, lots of audiobooks from the library. I love audiobooks. So Shepherds for Sale is, the subtitle of that is How Evangelical Leaders Traded the Truth for a Leftist Agenda. And so Megan Basham has done research about how recently, and this has all kind of come out since most of the catalyst was 2020, a lot of the nonsense that happened in 2020, how a lot of evangelical pastors have, including a lot in my own denomination of Southern Baptists, have basically started preaching a lot of leftist view talking points instead of that are directly counter to the gospel. They don't seem it on the surface, but underneath, when you do enough research, yeah, they are. And how the government is bad. I think this is a hugely impactful book. If you are a Christian, especially if you are an evangelical, but even if you're not, I strongly recommend this book. It was really, really, really insightful. Alright, then I read The Secrets Beneath by Kimberly Woodhouse. Gave this one 4 stars as well, I believe. Paleontology is fascinating. I blame my fascination with this on the Jonathan Park audio adventures I listened to as a kid. Because I listened to those a lot, and that could be why that's part of why I love origins, science and stuff. From a Christian point of view, obviously. The main character was very, very dumb. Very, very, very stupid. She made lots of bad choices. I think I put in my review, I think she made less than 5 good choices in the whole book. But the guy was really great. The main guy, he was wonderful. Loved him. Okay, then I read the American Royalty series by Grace Hitchcock. So My Dear Miss Dupre, Her Darling Mr. Day, and His Delightful Lady Dalia. I enjoyed these. Book 1 did have some... Book 1 is basically like The Bachelorette, but in the early Gilded Age. But in the Gilded Age, era. Basically, her dad is having to step down from their sugar. They have a huge sugar company. She has no brothers, so she has to take it over. And she's got to get married before the board will let her take over. They kind of expect her husband to be a figurehead, and she kind of does not expect that. She expects to be the one actually in charge. So she has to get married first, and so basically her parents decide to hold the Bachelorette. I enjoyed it, and I really liked the couple. He did lie to her. Don't like that. That was obviously the reason for the 3rd act breakup, which, 3rd act breakups. Can we get more creative, authors? Can we not do those anymore? Can we just stop, please? I don't hate it with the fiery passion that I hate, or the other tropes, but they're so tiresome. Can we not? And we can all see them coming 10 miles away. Can we just stop? Please. Alright, book 2 I also enjoyed. I think I gave all of them 4 stars. I liked the characters. There was just one glaring issue where the main guy is complaining about all these girls who are doing whatever it takes, trying to fall all over him and placing themselves directly in his path and stuff to try to get his attention. He's complaining about that to the girl who came to New Orleans to get his attention and is doing things specifically to get his attention. I feel like they should have discussed this They should have come up, but no, that was never addressed. Weird. His delightful lady Dalia. It was nice that both of them were actually strong believers and neither one needed to work on their faith, because usually at least one of them needs to work on their faith. So that was nice. Yeah, this one was good too. 4 stars. Just 4 stars is, I know 3 stars is like average, but 4 stars is for me. Yeah, I enjoyed it. No major issues with it. Alright, then I read, okay, I'm going to go and talk about this one first, actually. Lady Jane Disappears by Joanna Davis and Napolitano. I gave this one 3.5 stars. I loved Arlie and Silas as characters, but I didn't like the ending. So, if you like Star Wars, the ending was very Last Jedi to me. And not in a good way. Like, I don't hate The Last Jedi like most people. I don't loathe it, but it's not good. It's not the best. Last Jedi definitely has the don't meet your heroes, they're going to disappoint you theme, and that's what this book seemed to do for me, and I don't like that theme. I just don't. So, did not like that ending, but I loved the 2 main characters. They were great. Okay. Then I read the Bleecker Street Inquiry Agency series, so To Steal a Heart, To Right a Wrong, and To Disguise the Truth by Jen Turano. See, I think I gave them all 5 stars. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, all 5 stars. This was just a really fun series about women being like detectives in this era where that didn't really happen. And it was just so much fun. I loved all the main girls. They were super great. The guys were also wonderful. Book 2's guy was a little less. No, it was book 3's guy that was a little less wonderful. But he grew on me. He changed. He came around. Book 2 was probably my favorite of the series just because of all the writing stuff, and the title is really great, To Right a Wrong. Yeah, love that. So yes, really enjoyed that. Then I read Voice of the Ancient by Connie Lynn Cassette. This one was really good. I did tear up a couple times in this book, which was great. I loved Avi Dunn telling stories and him wanting to tell people about the one true God. That was great. I loved how he protected her the whole time, and I guess this is kind of spoilers. So, sort of. But this happens very early on in the book, so I think you're good. Well, it happens like 30% in. So, spoilers if you want to consider that spoilers. Not spoilers if you don't want to consider that spoilers. But I love that even though she was disguised as a boy, he knew immediately, and he overheard her, and, he did not tell her so that she would feel safer, but he protected her the whole, that was, There were some discussions about him noticing some things at one point, I believe, but other than that, really enjoyed it. 4 stars. Great. Then I read The Promise, an Avatar comic. Better than Imbalance. Zuko got advice from Ozai, which was weird, but still, it was fun. Enjoyed it. Then I read the American Heiresses trilogy by Jen Turano. Book 1, Flights of Fancy. Really loved the story. I loved Izzy's character arc, and I loved the kids. The kids were precious. Loved them. Love the kids. Love the kids. Guy with... I have a little tag on my Goodreads for man with kid. That's literally all it says. This is the kind of book that's for. Books that are largely about a man's relationship with kids, especially if it's a little girl. Yes. Good trope. Good trope. Like, especially if it is man adopts kid who has no one else. That's it. That's a good trope right there. Book 2, Diamond in the Rough, I gave 5 stars. I loved all the Poppy shenanigans. Somehow I did not get secondhand embarrassment from them, which you would think I would, but I actually didn't. It could be potentially that Poppy wasn't embarrassed by them. Therefore, I wasn't embarrassed by them. I don't know. That could be it. Not sure exactly, but yeah. Reginald was also good too. And then I read Storing Up Trouble, book 3. This one got 4 stars. Yeah, I liked their banter and their relationship. Super sweet. Seeing the characters from the other books was great there at the end. That was great. Did get a little feminism-y for me, so yeah. But still, enjoyed it. Just, yeah, the feminism was a little strong. Then I listened to The Windy City Saga by Jocelyn Green. So Belden Smoke, book 1. I gave 4 stars. Great Christian themes. I did guess most of the twist very early, though. So, yeah, if you're looking for one with a mystery that's not well telegraphed, that is well telegraphed, this is probably not it. But hey, well telegraphed means it's written well, like the foreshadowing is done well. So, yeah. Book 2, I also gave 4 stars. I loved Sylvie's motherly love for Rose and how determined she was to find her. I loved how she knew something just wasn't kept right. Just wasn't right and kept looking. I did guess some of the ending, though. And then I loved Meg's storyline in this book. I don't want to say too much for spoilers, but, oh, man. There was one quote at the very end, like, literally in the epilogue, so I won't tell you. But I wrote it out in my review in case you want to read it. But it just, it touched me very much. Yeah. And then book 3 is Drawn by the Current. It made me tear up at least twice. And once I was actually crying. So, yeah, it got 5 stars. That one got 5 stars because it deserved it for making me cry. It was very sad. Book 1 is about the Chicago fire. And the two main characters of book 1, their dad, or the 2 sisters in book 1, rather. Their dad is a World War II veteran. Not World War II, Civil War. He was a prisoner in Andersonville, and he has PTSD pretty bad. And of course, back then, there wasn't a lot of help for that. And so, he is accused of murder and put in an asylum. And they spend the whole book trying to get him back. The main character is a reporter who is helping them. And he was great. I really liked him. He was really good. Yeah. If you don't like reading about injustice, though, probably would not recommend this book. Oh. Yeah. And then book 2 was about Shadows of the White City. This one took place during the Chicago World's Fair. The sister of the main character from book 1 is the main character here, and she has adopted a daughter, and her daughter leaves home during the World's Fair, and she thinks she's even though everyone is kind of saying, well, she's probably okay, and she's like 17, the daughter's like 17, so everybody's saying like she is probably okay, she's fine, it's fine. She is like, no, something is wrong, I need to find her. Not everybody, but the police are don't like the police in this book either. And then book 3 is about the Eastland steamship wreck. The daughter of the girl from book 1 is the main character of this one. And, yeah. She was an insurance agent in this book, which was really cool. But yeah, I enjoyed this series. It was pretty good. Then I read You're Not Enough, and That's Okay, Escaping the Toxic Culture of Self-Love by Allie Beth Stuckey. I love her podcast, so I put a hold on her book from the library, finally came in, very happy to get it. It was really good, 5 stars. Stuff we in this culture need to hear. I also read The Little Book of Nursery Rhymes. I got this for my, someone gave this, I somehow acquired this book for my son and read it to him, so yeah. There were some nursery rhymes I hadn't heard of, so those were good. And then I read the Kit series with, of course, my friend Shannon from Old American Spirit, as I'm sure you guessed, because we've been buddy reading American Girl lately. It's been wonderful. We're not done. So I read Meet Kit. Here, I'll do them over here. This is probably easier. Kit learns a lesson. How can I do this? Here we go. Meet Kit. Kit learns a lesson. Kit's surprise. Happy birthday, Kit. Kit saves the day, which is a questionable title. Changes for Kit, and Really Truly Ruthie. Meet Kit. Let's see. Meet Kit, Kit's surprise. I think and Really Truly Ruthie got 5 stars. All the rest of them got 4. Honestly, my favorite might have been the Ruthie one. Kit's surprise, though, was also really good. I really enjoyed that one. And that one did not involve Kit, and Kit Saves the Day really got on my nerves. She made some very poor choices, shall we say. I also read Anne of the Island by Ellen Montgomery. Enjoyed it. Not as good as the first 2, but I still really liked seeing Anne and Gilbert get over themselves and get together. Well, Anne get over herself. Gilbert had it all together. It was Anne who was the issue here. Yeah. That one I think I gave 4 stars just because it was harder for me to get through. Those last 5 pages, though, were 5 stars. The last 5 pages, guys. I know that's very specific, but you probably know what I mean if you've read this book. I also read The Search, another Avatar comic. I gave them all 4 stars. Yeah. It was better. It was so far the best so far, but still not as good as the show. I also read Defending Honor by Kelly Underwood. I think this was in October. Let me double check. Yes, okay, finished this in October. Yeah, this one was a former Mossad agent, which was a really cool, different suspense angle. She works as a bodyguard with the Elite Guardians Agency, and she is assigned to guard this guy who's recently, his dad and his brother were killed, and now he is taking over the family company. And so in order for her to, and they're very high profile celebrity kind of people, so in order for her to do that without raising eyebrows and, getting lots of questions, she pretends to be his wife. And of course, they fall in love. Spoilers, I guess, but it's romantic suspense. What did you expect? So I did enjoy this one. I like the couple, I like the characters, I like them separately, I like them together. I just, with them pretending to be married, there were just uncomfortable, that comes with uncomfortable territory. And then there was a couple of kisses that were just a little much. But I still enjoyed it, gave it 3 stars, but it was still fun. So those were all the books that I read. Now for the readathons I took part of, I remembered to say it this time. See, for Chantel Reads All Day's Read Your Bookshelf Challenge, I read, I think this month was nonfiction, so I read Shepherds for Sale or Youre Not Enough, and that's okay. Those are both nonfiction, so either one of those. For the Middle Earth Readathon, I read, for Legolas, Tariel, and Killy, a book with a love triangle. Most of my books had love triangles, so let's just go here. Let me pull. I just closed my Goodreads because, of course, I did when I needed it still. But see, what's a good love triangle here? Or not good love triangle. What is a book with a love triangle here? I know I read several. We'll go with Stealing the Preacher sort of had a love triangle, so I guess we can go with that. Well, that's not the best example. I'm still looking. I'll cut this out, I think. Oh, My Dear Mr. Free. That one was totally about a love triangle. Maybe more than a triangle, but still at least a triangle. Gimli and Legolas, a book with unlikely best friends. Well, let's see here. I mean, we could take any of the Avatar comics. Those are unlikely best friends. An Unexpected Journey, a book where they go on a journey. We'll do Voice of the Ancient. That was a journey. Shield Maiden, a book with a strong feminine lead. Most of them, honestly. Let's go with Saving Mrs. Roosevelt. That had a pretty strong feminine lead. Samwise Gamgee, a book with an unlikely hero. Unlikely hero. We'll say, should this be the guy or the girl? We'll go with, or Studying Scarlet for Unlikely Best Friends. That's a really good example, too. We'll go with The Heart's Choice. That one had a kind of an unlikely hero. The guy was kind of an unlikely hero. Second Breakfast, a book that's a sequel. Her Darling Lady Day, or Her Darling Mr. Day. That's a sequel. Your Most Prized Book. I forgot to do this prompt. I read from the Bible. Does that count? Gandalf the Grey, a book with a mentor. I mean, most of these books probably have mentors. I will go with The Secrets Beneath because her dad is a pretty good mentor. And then Aragorn and Arwen, a book with an epic love story. Obviously, I'm going to go End of the Island because Reese said it couldn't just be a cute love story. Like, it had to be something that you're like, this is epic. And come on, Anne and Gilbert. We all know. All right, so that's that readathon. For Antober, hosted by Shatona Havoc, maybe other people, I don't know, but Shotober's the one I know of. I'm going to count Anne of the Island. I didn't really try to follow the prompts. I was just like, oh, hey, Antober, I'm going to read Anne of the Island this month for that. So, all right. And then for the Journey Through the Bible readathon, I did Jerusalem, Read a War, hosted by Katie at Paperbacks and Ponytails and Maddie at This Bookish Cottage, I think. Jerusalem, Read a Wartime Era book. I read Saving Mrs. Roosevelt. What are you hunting for? Temple of Jerusalem, Building on cover. I put A Deep Divide because that has a building, like that has the hotel on the cover. Who are you going to meet? I'm not sure if I did Treasure Hunter or Tomb Raider, but whichever one I did, I think I put Mustodian Scarlet. Booby Traps, Filling with Sand, a book you can finish in one day. Oh, I know I read several of these in one. Oh, Meat Kit. Meat Kit I read in one day because it's a very short book. And then How Did You Escape? Torch, a book you read by light. And she said the light of your phone, like if you're reading on your phone would count. So, or like your Kindle, whatever. So we can count You're Not Enough and That's Okay. Or Lady Jane Disappears. Yeah. I did not escape, unfortunately, which is sad. But still very much enjoyed that readathon. That was great. So yeah, that is my October wrap up. What did you read in October? What was your favorite book of the month? My favorite book was probably one of the Gentorano books. I love Gentorano. Now, thank you, Lindsay, for telling me about Gentorano. I had never heard of her before Lindsay at BFCG said things about her, and I was like, And then I read her books, and I'm like, oh, yeah, big fan now. So, yeah, probably one of those. I'm not going to pick out which one, just going to say probably one of those books. So thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye.